to you live from Nairobi, Kenya. This is TV47 News Now. My name is Stanley Nyaringita, here to update you on what is happening regionally and globally right here. And we start off with matters. Security and Interior Cabinet Secretary Kipchumba Murkomen is urging football fans to strictly adhere to the 60% stadium attendance limit set for the ongoing CHAN tournament, following repeated violations by Harambee Stars supporters. Speaking at the Jukwaa la Usalama forum in Nakuru this afternoon, Murkomen cautioned that continued breaches could trigger sanctions from CHAN. Organizers, including the disqualification of Harambee Stars and the loss of Kenya's co-hosting rights for the 2027 Africa Cup of Nations. He appealed to county governors to install large public viewing screens in parks and open spaces to help ease pressure on stadium attendance and ensure compliance with CHAN regulations.
The funds are extremely important for us, extremely important to have the funds. In fact, they call the funds are always called the 12th player, and we do not want to miss the opportunity to have the funds or to play before our own funds. I therefore, from a security perspective, would like to beg all Kenyans to really avoid going to the stadium unless you have a ticket. It is going to reflect badly on us. It is going to give us security problems. If the capacity of the stadium is exited, you can easily have a massive disaster and a security challenge for all of us. I want to request Kenyans, for the sake of our team, and if we all want Harambee Stars to reach finals, let us respect the regulations that CAF has put in place, and even the penalties they have given us to play 60% of the capacity. Let's just abide by it. It's also important, perhaps, for the Ministry of Sports, working together with the county government of Nairobi, and perhaps also the governor here and other governors across the country, to perhaps erect big screens around various parks across the country as our teams progress to quarters, semis, and I believe finals.
Right, and to the corridors of justice, a Nairobi court has directed the preparation of a pre-bail report in the case of Kiprotich Brian Rono, who is facing computer fraud charges linked to an alleged SIM-swap extortion targeting former Central Police Station OCS Samson Talam. Milimani Senior Principal Magistrate, that is Caroline Mugo, issued the order after the prosecution requested 3 days to compile the report. Rono, who remains in custody, appeared in court on Tuesday seeking bond and pledged to attend all proceedings if released. He also requested the return of confiscated mobile phone, access to medical treatment, and a copy of his recorded statement. The complaint was initially raised by Talam during his arraignment in the separate Albert Ojwang case. Rono is accused of hacking the phone of former Central Police Station OCS Samson Talam, a suspect in the murder of blogger Albert Ojwang.
I'm going to give you a date before court number 6 next week. Then they can iron out some of these issues and give directions in respect to once the pre-bail report has been filed. And once you file your affidavit, they can give you directions on the same before I resume. So if it's convenient, we can have the matter mentioned on the 19th of August before court number 6. So we can take directions. Afisa wa probation amesema kwamba ripoti yako haiko tayari na ndio tuangalie maneno ya bond, lazima ripoti kuwa imeletwa. Kwa hivyo ameomba tumpatie siku 3 alete ripoti yake. Pia wakili wa complainant amesema kuna affidavit anataka kuweka hapa kotini, pia nataka hizo siku 3. Kwa hivyo nimesema kwa vile naenda likizo, utapelekwa mbele ya mahakama namba 6 next week on Tuesday, that is 19th of August, ili afisa wa probation apeane ripoti yake na pia affidavit iweze kuletwa na wakili wa complainant ili mahakama namba 6 waweze kukupatia mwelekeo. Lakini ile ombi ya wewe kutibiwa ni sawa, nitaweza kupeana ombi uweze kupeleka utibiwe. Ombi lako la simu kuachiliwa, kiongozi wa mashtaka amesema hiyo siku utakuja, ndio yeye atakuja atuelezee kama hiyo simu yako inatumika kama exhibit ama hapana, ndio atakupatia majibu. Sio ni sawa?
And meanwhile, religious leaders from Ruiru, Kiambu County, under the Federation of Evangelical and Indigenous Christian Churches of Kenya have unveiled a new self-regulatory bill aimed at curbing rogue churches and individuals exploiting religious platforms. The proposed legislation seeks to establish a legal framework for the registration and oversight of religious institutions while upholding the constitutional right to freedom of worship. Speaking amid growing concern over unregulated ministries, the leaders emphasized the need to protect congregants from exploitation and abuse. The bill also recommends the creation of a registrar of religious leaders under the office of the Attorney General, tasked with overseeing registration, financial transparency and child protection within faith-based organizations.
Nataka kusema ya kwamba sisi kama kanisa, we are supporting the regulation bill, but we want to regulate ourselves, not to be regulated by the church. Na hiyo ndio tumekuwa tukisema, na sisi wenyewe tumekuwa na mswada ambao tumeutengeneza sisi kama joint umbrella bodies. Najua ya kwamba umbrella bodies ndio itaregulate churches and not the government, but sisi wenyewe, we want to regulate ourselves without the interference of the government.
We are looking forward to see the bill. When it comes back to us, we are looking forward to see whether what we proposed or recommended, whether it will be factored into the bill. And we are also praying to God that those raising voices, those voices that are against it, we also see the benefit of the same amendment that we proposed through our chair.
Is while we support education, and we are educated ourselves. Some of us have been teachers for years. While we support that position, we want to see a balanced track between the calling of a minister and the education, so that we don't completely throw away that a person can be called and genuinely be able to present the gospel.
And the government, through the Nairobi Rivers Commission, has committed to continue its public engagement with residents along the corridor of the Nairobi River. Speaking in Nairobi Tuesday during a Climate Action Summit breakfast meeting, the Nairobi Rivers Commission CEO, Brigadier Joseph Morasia, has urged the public not to politicize the regeneration program. This program is aimed at promoting sustainable development as well as green jobs. Listen in. How it's going to be participating in this?
Thank you very much. As I said earlier, the communities have been at the core of this river regeneration project. Anything that we have done, we have involved the riverine communities. It might have been low-key, but when you go on the ground, the riverine communities will attest that they have been involved. And even currently, the Climate Works program has 100% involved those communities, and therefore they are very supportive to the program.
You also mentioned that for the people who are going to be planting trees along even this river basin should, seek permission from the commission. Could you, kindly tell us more about this? Because as we understand, we are pushing for planting 15 billion trees by 2032. So how does this conversation go between if I want to plant trees and, seeking permission from the commission?
What we are saying and encouraging the other stakeholders is that before you go into the river to plant trees, please liaise with the commission, because we are working on an overall master plan for the river regeneration, and we don't want to come and later on approve the trees you have done. We are encouraging the plant of trees, but in the appropriate places. Remember, we are doing other infrastructure work, and therefore it is good to bring on board together. We just do liaison, we combine the infrastructure work with the planting of trees, and all will be well.
A final sir, SCS is coming up. Right, and meanwhile, Deputy President Kithure Kindiki has reaffirmed the government's commitment to easing vetting procedures for Kenyans living along the border regions, saying the directive by President William Ruto remains in force. Speaking during a meeting with the members of parliament from Mandera, Wajir and Garissa at his official residence in Karen, Nairobi, Professor Kindiki said the move aims to eliminate historical discrimination in the issuance of national identification documents. The DP emphasized that the government is accelerating development projects in northern Kenya, including roads, electricity, housing, markets, health and education as part of its inclusivity and affirmative action agenda. The meeting focused on tracking progress of government programs and addressing implementation gaps in the region.
We also are on course with a roads program. Our roads program had stalled, but now we've come with an innovative financing model to sustain road construction for the remainder of this term and beyond. Through the securitization model, contractors who had abandoned road construction sites 6 years ago. They have now started going back. I'm a great advocate of inclusion, equity, and the indivisibility of Kenya, and I believe every part of Kenya needs to be treated equally, and the places that have lagged behind need affirmative action from government.
Right, and for the Gen Zs, this is yours. President William Ruto has hailed the youth as the single most decisive force shaping Kenya's future, emphasizing the central role in driving national growth and development. Speaking during International Youth Day celebrations at Masinda Muliro University in Kakamega County, the president praised the energy, creativity and resilience of young Kenyans. He highlighted their growing influence in key sectors, including science, technology, entrepreneurship and sports, calling for greater investment in youth-led innovation. The president also reaffirmed his administration's commitment to creating opportunities for young people through education, digital infrastructure, and skills development.
Successor initiative that we have now rolled out, the National Youth Opportunities Towards Advancement project, commonly called Nyota, has rolled out Cycle 2 for business support in all counties, attracting over 1 million applications by close of the application period on 15th of May 2025. Nyota aims to enhance youth employability, expand access to employment, promote savings, and strengthen youth employment systems and project management. Its implementation and interventions include training 600,000 young people to access government procurement opportunities, commonly known as ACBO, providing 110,000 young people, entrepreneurs with business development services, market linkages, mentorship, and financial support.
Shift focus to health matters, and community health promoters, that is CHPs, in Isiolo County have suspended their services in protest of unpaid allowances, accusing the county government of neglect and broken promises. The 790 CHPs revealed they haven't received any payments from the county for the past 2 years. Despite working closely with the health department, they say only the national government has provided stipends, while repeated appeals to county officials have gone unanswered. They're now urging Governor Abdi Guyo to intervene and restore trust in the county's health system.
Are the eyes of the doctors, we are the eyes of the community, na bado paka sahi hatujatambulika na county yetu. Especially this regime of this government haijawahi kututambua. Tumekaa for the 2 years tukivumilia, tumekuwa na subra. Zaidi hapa tunasema punda amechoka. Amechoka. Na tunasema tools down. Tools down.
Kwa hivyo sasa tumesema hatutafanya kazi tena mpaka tujue pesa zetu ni nani anakula. Tunataka tujue pesa zetu ni nani anakula. Maana iko kwa budget. Na Jumanne tutafanya maandamano.
Na istoshe, ni nani siku hizi analipa hata shilingi 2,500? Hata maid analipa pesa ngapi? Lakini sisi kama CHP tunasema ni kazi ya community. Tunaambia tu milango itafungulika. Nini inafunga hii milango yetu kila wakati? Na yao inafungulika.
Kila tukienda kwa tafuta tunaambiwa ni Friday tunawekwa pesa. Hii mambo ya Friday, kila wakati ni Friday, kila wakati ni next month. Sisi tumechoka na tumesema mpaka mahali tumefika.
And sports news now. And Kenya's local organizing committee for the CAF African Nations Championship Pamoja 2024 has issued a strong statement warning that recent security breaches at Kasarani Stadium threaten the future of Kenyan football. To ensure the safety of all attendees, the smooth running of this particular tournament, and to uphold the reputation of Kenyan football, the committee has called on all supporters to strictly observe a new set of safety measures, and tickets must only be purchased from the authorized online vendor, as only e-tickets will be accepted for entry fans. Should arrive at the stadium at least 5 hours before the scheduled kickoff with their mobile tickets ready for quick verification. everyone must adhere to all security guidelines and instructions from event officials at all times. The committee also warns that continued security breaches could attract severe sanctions from relevant authorities, potentially denying Kenyan fans the chance to enjoy such events in the future and eroding the gains already achieved. Right, and definitely also just to tell you what is going to be happening on this, when it comes to matters CHAN, Senegal will be facing Congo this evening. It is one of those matches that will be following up for you right here on your home of Untold Stories. More coming your way at 7 p.m. and at 9 p.m. Remember, the devolution is happening this particular week in Homa Bay County. We're also following up that for you. My name is Stanley Nyaringita. Have yourself a wonderful Tuesday evening.